Early hours of the morning.
You want to get them out of the water that they've just spent 14 and a half hours and it doesn't have much filtration at all, just oxygen being pumped in.
Quickly unloaded, the sharks are taken to the reservoir tank where they will undergo a brief examination.
Put down TL, that's total length.
Every one of the sharks will have a medical history record kept on them where every time they are worked with, that these measurements and weights and things are taken.
72.
These animals can't tell us when they're not feeling well, so if we happen to see a decline in any one of their measurements or their weights or something like that, then we know that they're, that they either need to be fed a little bit more or maybe fed a little less. So we work hard to keep all that stuff recorded so we can compare every time.
And you got his head?
We keep them in the reservoir tank. It actually depends on the actual fish and shark themselves. As long as they're doing okay, they're healthy, and I feel that they're eating okay, we'll release them into the tank. So
after a little coaxing, the blue-speckled nurse sharks swam into their new spacious home. The sandbar and sand tiger sharks, however, require careful assistance. Cautiously, their handlers watch as these dangerous creatures set off to explore.
They better have a better chance of survival in aquariums because they don't have the predators that they would out in the wild. So as long as they're cared for properly, these animals live a long, healthy life, and it gives people a chance to see what's really out there.
One of the most fearsome predators sharks face is man. And ironically, man may be their best hope for survival. In a perfect world, we wouldn't need aquariums. Aquatic animals would not be endangered, and habitats would not be destroyed. People would be able to visit all the sea creatures in their natural environments. Sadly, such a world doesn't exist. The Newport Aquarium affords us the opportunity to see and appreciate the animals and the plant life that live beneath the sea. Those few ambassadors, if you will, invite us to care about their future. It's evident the marine biologists care because they only collect that which is needed to educate the public. This is the Florida Keys, a place where every day is a postcard. And this is where the journey to the Newport Aquarium begins. As beautiful as the landscape of the Keys may be, it's nothing compared to what you find beneath the gentle waves. Much of the underwater life here remains untouched, and that's how thousands of tropical fish can thrive among one of the world's largest coral reefs. The challenge for marine biologist Forrest Young is to take the magic of the Florida Keys 1,300 miles north to Newport, Kentucky.
Well, it's not terrible out here today, but it's going to make our acquisitions challenging, to say the least.
His job is a delicate one, collecting fish from the warm tropical waters and preparing them for aquariums all over the world. Diving 25 feet into a world filled with a medley of aquatic wonders is a daily adventure.
Get these guys right here, right now. You push them beyond that coral head for us if you can.
What we try to do when we set up a net is provide an area where we think that there's a high likelihood that the fish will swim after we approach them. The whole idea is to be able to get the fish into the net with as little stress as possible on both the fish and ourselves.
Okay, let's knock the little suckers out.
Once they've been captured, there's no need to make them submit to more stress than is absolutely necessary. So we anesthetize them, knock them out, and handle them during the point of anesthesia so that they wake up inside of our holding system without any stress, or with significantly reduced stress.
Although the ocean is a well-stocked warehouse, they don't just take whatever they want. For each dive, there is a specific goal. Carefully, their inventory is counted underwater and placed in a transport container. Now it would seem that Forrest and his associate Ben Daughtry have the upper hand. This can be a dangerous situation.
When you have a bunch of fish caught in a net in a distressed, panic type swim, it sends off vibrations that are recognized by any predator, sharks and barracudas specifically, and they feel that this fish is distressed through the vibrations.